Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be cleaning up this old toolbox I have. It's a tool and tackle box, and it's made by Walton Products, grip lock, made in Illinois. It's called grip lock because this grip here, as long as it's up, you can't open the box. Once you flip it down, you can open it up and get inside of it. Now that it's had time to dry out, I'm going to put some cork in these top shelves here. And I have a roll of it. I picked this up at a yard sale, also pretty cheap. I'm just going to cut it down to fit in these 4 shelves here. And you can see here it has an adhesive that'll stick right to it. You can see down here in the bottom there's some pretty stubborn rust, and I'm going to use here my 3M. It's a fine scouring or sanding pad. I'm just going to scuff up that rust and try and get most of it off, and then I'm going to put wax over the whole thing to protect it, and hopefully it will stop rusting. If it continues to rust in the future, maybe I can throw a little paint on there or some clear coat, but hopefully the wax will do it. So now I'm using my 3M pad on the Dremel. You just cut a circle out and put it on that Dremel tool. And now I'm going to use flits on this polishing wheel, a little buffing wheel here, to get this shinier. You can see how the flits really shines this piece up here compared to that. So I'll do that to the handle as well, and these little metal pieces here, and shine that all up. Let's see what this looks like before. You can see how that really shines up. I did this half right here, just over to here, and this is not done yet. You can see how dull it is, especially that one here. So let's finish that up. Well, now I'm going to use this polishing compound. This is an old container I got at a yard sale for 50 cents. You can see down here, 1992. Get a little bit on there. And we'll work on small sections at a time. Let's see how it comes out right here. This is kind of the worst spot of it. So I've done this half here, and you can see how there's still some rust, but it got rid of most of this dirt or grime that didn't come off when I was scrubbed on it with soapy water. This side came mostly clear. So let's finish it up. Well, now that I'm done with the polish, I'm going to use this McGuire's cleaner wax right here. So the tackle box cleaned up really nicely. It doesn't look too much different, but it's a lot smoother after polishing it and waxing it. It just feels a lot better. And I think putting that wax on there will help keep it from rusting. You can really see how this latch and handle shined up nicely. Looks a lot better than when I started with it. So I have this box right here of leatherworking stuff, and this is what I've been keeping it in. But it's kind of a mess, and I wanted to use this toolbox with the shelves to help organize my tools. That way it's easier to get at them when I need to use them. So let's see what we got. Over the years, I've accumulated a lot of this stuff from yard sales, fairly cheap, usually only $1 or $2 per piece. And I used to have probably like 5 times this, but I got rid of it. I sold it on eBay. I just felt like I didn't need that much stuff for what I need to do. I mostly plan on using this for making, maybe sheaths for axes or knife sheaths. So let's take a look at what we have. I got some random leather scraps. Here are just some small pieces. I have some bigger pieces down in the basement. I have a copper hammer, and that is good for punching using these steel punches. That way you don't mushroom it. You don't mushroom the punch like that and ruin it. I have some grommets here and some random hardware. This is some vintage, probably horse tack hardware that I found. These are pretty neat. They came off a leather belt that I bought. Just some little fish. There are some screws in the back, so you can just screw it on to the belt. And I have little bits of bone, antler, and such, and needles, thread, some sewing, easy stitchers. And then in the back there, I have a variety of punches that I haven't cleaned them up yet, and I've only used a couple of them. And I'll have to sharpen some of them, but you can see it's just a hole, and you put this over the piece of leather and hammer it, and that'll give you the hole. So there's different sizes here. I'll clean them up and we'll put them in the toolbox. So when you're using the grinder, you just want to make sure you don't get any wire in your face and protect your lungs from breathing in any of that dust off of the piece of metal. Well, let's take a look at what's inside. You can see on this side I have the punches. They cleaned up nicely. You can still see there's some rust in there, but I'll clean that up with some steel wool. I have some of my threading tools right here with some needles. And here are some snaps and the snap punching tools. And here I have my copper hammer, wooden mallet, just some random stuff on the bottom, random leather scraps that might come in handy. Then you can see the buckles I have here, buckles and other attachments. There's my leather punch. This tool is a great tool for doing belts. When you get a belt and you lose some weight and you need to punch a new hole in it, this is the type of tool to get for that. And these are some grommets. That's good for canvas or other work too, but it fits well in this tackle box. So these are some nice attachments you can put on the end of a leather belt, and you could just like for using on a bag or something like that, and you could take the strap off of the bag if you wanted to. And just a couple other things. This is for marking out where your laces are going to go. Just a couple other random things. I like the way this leatherworking toolbox turned out.